Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the Fuji 16mm F2.8, which you see mounted here on my X-H2. And this video is going to be very short just because this lens is not new. It's been out for a while and I think there's not much to talk about. I purchased it out of curiosity and the curiosity was because of the combination of focal length, size, weight, and cost. I thought I'm gonna give it a try because I've heard different opinions on this lens, and I wanted to try it for myself. And for the price that you can find it used, less than around 250 euros or dollars, it is worth giving it a try just because worst case you're gonna waste 10 or 20 bucks and you're gonna resell it pretty easily. So this video is going to be short, as I mentioned, and let's dive into the build quality of this lens to begin with. The build of this lens is one of its main attracting factor, because if you see it here on my X-H2, this lens is basically non-existent. It's super small, and if I remove the plastic hood, it's even smaller. So it is basically built like all the Fujicrons, all the 35 f2, 23 f2, and all of that. It's a metal barrel. It's got a nice clickable aperture ring that you hear over here. Very solid, very well dampened. I really like it. It's got its a very small focusing ring here on the top, and it's weather sealed. It doesn't have the latest linear motors, but it's a wide angle lens. It's not that important, and in my opinion, but we'll talk about autofocus in a second, it's not a big deal. It is very, very interesting. It fits in any pocket, and I believe this lens's main selling factor is exactly its size. But size, weight, very good build are nothing if the image quality is not there. So let's just talk about image quality. When it comes to image quality, this lens delivers. Although it doesn't have any specific like wow factor or anything like that, just because it's a normal lens, it doesn't have any specific strength that allows it to be the dream for someone. This lens delivers. It is very sharp. Again, as usual, my sharpening tests are done with the X-H2, so on the 40 megapixel sensor. It is very sharp in the center, starting from f2.8, while in the corners you get a little bit of a mushy corners again, with a little bit of vignetting. This improves, and also the center improves as you stop down, and you get the best at f5.6. After f5.6, the frame is pretty much very sharp from corner to corner, and vignetting is gone. So this lens delivers. It's not there's not much to talk about, just because it does what it's supposed to be. And even when it comes to shooting against the sun, flare control, ghosting control, and all of that, it is a really good lens. The sun stars are not that good, actually are not inspiring at all. So if you're looking for that kind of feature, move on. It's not the best that this lens has, but other than that, this lens delivers. Again, the issue with this lens is that it doesn't have like a wow factor. But even the bokeh, if you can focus close enough to generate a bokeh at 16mm f2.8 on APS-C, it's not that bad. Actually, it's pretty smooth, and I like it. When it comes to autofocus, it's such a wide lens, and f2.8, it's not even super wide when it comes to aperture. The autofocusing is going to be good. Unless you build it to be bad, the autofocus is going to be good. This lens is not different. I didn't miss a shot because of the autofocus. The accuracy is good. The speed is good, although it doesn't have linear motors. And even like again, it's a reliable, especially when it comes to photos, it's a reliable autofocusing system. Of course, my tests are done with the latest cameras, so newer algorithms, new models, not new models, but new in general, autofocus setup that made everything much better. But again, very good, no complaints. Let's move to video. Here is a quick vlogging test for the 16mm F2.8 by Fujifilm. The focal length is not bad. Right now I'm vlogging with IBIS and digital image stabilization. I'm on F2.8, so the shutter may be a little bit jittery because I don't have a ND filter, but it doesn't really matter right now. What I'm willing to see is how does this work in a vlogging environment. I'm with the X-H2S right now, and it's totally doable because the weight of the lens is nothing. It's basically nothing. It's not that kind of front heavy sensation that you have when the camera tends to lean towards you and so you start going like that. It's super easy to hold like that. Now the good thing about this combination is that between the lens being not super wide and the fast readout of the X-H2S, I can't see in the monitor any warping in the corners like here or there. Of course I'm gonna have to look at that better once I'm back in the studio, but knowing how the X-H2S does in this, I am pretty sure that this is the case. Now this vlog session ends over here, and we're gonna go back to end our conversation on this lens. See you later. As you've seen in the vlogging before, this lens is a very good option for vlogging because even though it's not super wide, it is wide enough, and even if it's not stabilized, the new IBIS, especially the X-H2S, is really good. It makes the lack of an OIS on the lens forgivable just because the one on the camera is really good. I found it like a very good option for vlogging, and there's no reason why I wouldn't use it for that unless I really wanted something super wide to get more of the scene in the frame. Other than that, in general for video, it's a really good option. I found that the focus transition are usually smooth, but sometimes they get that pulsing thing that is distracting. I believe this is still an issue with the Fujifilm system. I already mentioned this issue in previous videos, but other than that, it's a very good lens. Of course, it's probably not going to be your main lens, but if you have your camera with you and you have this lens and you want to shoot video, this lens is going to deliver. Again, very good for what it is, for how much it costs, and for how small and compact it is. So in conclusion, this lens is probably an overlooked option most of the time, just because, as I said before, it doesn't have a wow factor. I'm sure that if this lens with the same construction was an f2 lens, everybody would be super happy with it. But being an f2.8, there's many zooms that cover that right now, even compact zooms. So the appeal of a lens like this is low. It's not that big of an appeal. However, you should not dismiss this lens just because of that. As super compact option, now you're seeing it on the XH2, but put this lens over an XE4, an XS20, XS10, the small cameras, and you will see that this lens is gonna be a perfect companion for those if you're going around shooting street photography, shooting travel, shooting whatever it is. It is a really good option, and it would be perfect together with the, I don't know, the 27 f2.8 or the 1035 f2 from Fuji. Those are very good two lenses option with a very small and compact camera. So for me, this lens gets a thumbs up because, again, it delivers. It's not a wow lens. It's not something you will be dreaming of, but if you have it, you're gonna enjoy it and it's gonna deliver. I used it for my summer travel this summer in Moravia, Czech Republic, and Austria, and I used it a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean it. And I was really pleased with what I got, and especially was pleased with the ease of use, because being so small, so inconspicuous, no one notices it, is very easy to take the camera out and shoot. It's not gonna weigh you down. It's not gonna make you feel like I don't want to shoot it. So in general, again, to me, it's a very good option. And again, don't overlook it. There's other options around, of course. There's the 18mm f2, but there is an older lens too. And there's other zoom lenses, there are other third-party lenses and all of that. But this combination of compactness and quality, it's not that common. So again, if you were curious about it, take a chance on it, because I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.